is there. I'm Billy Rose, 7.5, from Orpington, you see, in a world full of silence, just my wheelchair and me. My hearing waned early, since infancy's light, leaving hush in my left ear and none in my right. Though I'm nonverbal, don't shun or ignore, my enthusiastic spirit has tons in store. With my purple glasses and a heart so wide, I navigate life with elation and pride. While my ears may be quiet and speech is not mine, I use British Sign Language to make my soul shine. To maintain my joy is an exemplary quest, for in this big family I'm truly the best. My meticulous mum, Petronella, is South African and kind, with the most nurturing heart that you ever could find. She speaks in Afrikaans when she's happy or stressed, ensuring our home is perpetually blessed. Then there's my dad, Leonard, so British and tall, the sturdy foundations that weather each squall. Together they're anchors in every rough sea, a beacon of safety for Gareth and me. They collaborate daily to right every wrong, making sure that I know exactly where I belong. Their love is a fortress, a solid retreat, making the journey of life feel complete. My brother is Gareth, just 3 and a bit, with a loquacious tongue and a sharp, cheeky wit. He chatters and chirps like a bird in a tree, explaining the world in great detail to me. Speaking of birds, there is Toby, our budgie, whose feathers are bright, and whose tummy is pudgy. Hello, Toby squawks from his perch in the hall, a cacophony echoing off every wall. Gareth mimics the sound with an exuberant shout as he scatters his colorful puzzles about. Though his noise can exacerbate silence's sting, I wouldn't exchange him for any old thing. Great-Grandpa Nestor is wise, albeit a bit slow, with a scent akin to peppermint wherever he'll go. He doesn't mind if my words are non-existent or rare. He says my brown eyes show a soul that is fair. He's never reticent to hold my small hand, the most distinguished gentleman in all of the land. Stuff and nonsense, he signs, when I'm feeling quite small, standing as straight as a tree, thin and tall. He's a bridge to the past, a treasure of old, with stories of courage that deserve to be told. Great-Grandma Elna is sweet and serene, the most elegant lady that I've ever seen. Her kitchen is a kingdom of cinnamon and spice, where every small morsel tastes sugary and nice. She teaches me signs for the flour and the dough, watching my confidence steadily grow. When my wheels get stuck or the carpet is thick, she's there with a hug and a clever old trick. Patience, my darling, she signs with a wink, giving me plenty of space just to think. She's the thread in the quilt, the warmth in the tea, a constant, kind presence for a girl such as me. Grandpa Silas is sturdy, with a voice like a drum, while Grandma Alara makes the whole garden hum. Their garden is a jungle of green and of gold, where secrets and mysteries start to unfold. Silas is sibilant when he whispers a tale, while Alara's bright laughter will never grow stale. They've lived through the ages, through peril and strife, yet they treasure each moment. This beautiful life, any abysmal mood will quickly depart when Alara presses me close to her heart. They're the roots of the tree, the earth in the pot, the strongest support that a person has got. Aunt Rhiannon is vocal, a whirlwind of sound, her laughter a cacophony that echoes around. Beside her is Uncle Jonty, so ecstatic and bright, a firefly glowing in the middle of night. They never prohibit my wild, messy play, even when circumstances go south in the day. Don't hesitate, Billy. Rhiannon will sign, as she dances and twirls in a rhythm divine. They're a duo of joy, a boisterous pair, with enough happiness for the whole world to share. Though they're loud and they're fast, they always will pause to give my small efforts a round of applause. Great Uncle Barnaby is the antithesis of loud, a quiet observer who stands back from the crowd. He's reminiscent of a library, dusty and deep, with secrets and stories he's promised to keep. He sits in the corner with a book on his knee, occasionally glancing over at me. He doesn't need words or a sign or a shout to know exactly what I am thinking about. He offers a nod and a slow, gentle smile, making me feel I am worth every mile. He's the hush in the storm, the calm in the gale, the steady old captain of a very small sail. Uncle Valerius is a bit of a snob, with a high-standard suit for his high-standard job. He's pretentious and stiff, like a board of old pine, making sure that his shoes have a mirror-like shine. But Great Aunt Irene is lenient and sweet, offering heaps of delicious sugary treats. Valerius might object to the crumbs on the floor, but Irene just giggles and offers me more. It's bad enough, he sighs, that the dog is so wild, but Irene just winks at her favorite child. She refuses to diminish the fun that we find, for she has the world's most tolerant mind. Stepmom Sion is a marvel, a hero indeed, providing the comfort and care that I need. She's by no means a stranger, but family now, with a gentle hand placed on my feverish brow. Beside her, Dad Leonard is beaming with pride, for he has the best partner right by his side. They work as a team, through the thick and the thin, ensuring that love is the way that we win. Under no circumstances, Xian signs with a grin, will we let the gloom or the shadows win. Her presence is exemplary, steady and true, a wonderful addition to our motley crew. Stepbrother Felix is notorious for pranks, while half-sister Lyra earns all of the thanks. He's juvenile, truly, with antics so sour, like hiding my trainers for over an hour. But Lyra is patient. She'll never retaliate, even when Felix is in a petulant state. They're inconsistent, like variable weather, but they're the best siblings I could stitch together. Felix might grumble and act rather irate, but his love for his family won't ever abate. They're a puzzle of pieces, some jagged and sharp, but together they play like the strings of a harp. Felix once hid my left shoe in the sink, which made the whole kitchen start to turn pink. To exacerbate matters, he forgot it was there, while I sat in silence with a wide, puzzled stare. But then he felt guilty and brought it to me, kneeling right down on a bended white knee. "I'm sorry, Billy Rose," he signed with a frown, as his mischievous walls came tumbling down. Even the prankster has heart in his chest, putting his sisterly bond to the test. He might be a nuisance, a bit of a pest, but in times of trouble, he's one of the best. Niece Chloe is energetic, a fountain of play, while baby nephew Leo just sleeps through the day. In his infancy, Leo is precious and small, unaware of the chaos inside of this hall. Chloe is loquacious, she never will cease, the most exuberant, wonderful niece. "Look at me," she insists, as she hops on one foot, ignoring the jam that her fingers have put. On the verge of a tumble, she'll laugh and she'll leap, while Leo stays buried in a mountain of sleep. They're never monotonous, never a bore. I couldn't imagine my life anymore. Great niece Maya and great nephew Kit are prone to a tantrum or a petulant fit. They're tiny and frantic, a blur on the rug, only calmed by the warmth of a family hug. When the toys are confiscated, they reduce to tears, a horrendous sound that rings in my ears. "It's not fair," Maya wails, her face turning red until it's time to be tucked into bed. But fortunately, their ire is short-lived and brief, as they find in a teddy some instant relief. Their smiles are irresistible, their joy is a light, turning every dark shadow to something so bright. Cousin Toby is an eyesore in his neon green vest, while great cousin Mia is elegantly dressed. At the family picnic, things went quite south when a rotten old plum hit Toby's big mouth. The drama escalated. The stakes were quite high, as a cacophonous groan went up to the sky. "A disaster," cried Toby. "I'm marred and I'm wrecked." But Mia just laughed at the messy effect. The plum was a metaphor for plans gone awry, but the laughter that followed reached up to the sky. Even when things are dreadful and messy and wet, they're the best group of cousins I've ever met yet. Cousin Veda is quiet, With eyes like the sea, she spends many hours just sitting with me. She's indispensable, steady and cool, the kindest person I know in my school. She doesn't feel awkward or think I am strange. Her friendship is something I'd never exchange. When the world is too loud or the voice is too fast, she's the anchor that helps my serenity last. We sign to each other in a code of our own, a language of love that is beautifully grown. She's a sister in spirit, a friend in my heart, a bond that no distance could ever tear apart. Then came the rain, an abysmal event, as the sky growled in anger and the clouds started to vent. The picnic was thwarted, the sandwiches soaked, as the personified wind around us all poked. But Petronella huddled us under a sheet, while Gareth tried hard not to stomp his wet feet. The circumstances were dreadful, the outlook was grim, but Dad sang a song, and Mum sang a hymn. We huddled together, a tangle of kin, refusing to let the gray weather win. For the storm may be fierce, and the thunder may roar, but family provides us with an open door. Initially, I felt like a fish out of water, the silent, nonverbal, wheelchair-bound daughter. But family is the light at the end of the tunnel, a love that pours down through a magical funnel. Whether step, half, or great, the titles don't matter, not more than the love and the heart-warming chatter. Though my ears may be quiet, my heart hears the sound of the most indispensable love to be found. I love you, Dad signs, as he kneels by my side, and I feel a great surge of elation and pride. For family is always there, through thick and through thin, the ultimate place where the healing can begin.